Good day. This is Terry Scott, the business resource consultant with all solutions known. And good day, good day. Well, today we're talking about Fresh Start Mondays, or maybe for some of us, it is Fearless Monday. Now, no matter how last week went, Monday arrives with something valuable in our hands. It's a new beginning. Now, it doesn't ask whether the previous week was productive, disappointing, stressful, or even unfinished. It simply shows up and offers another chance. Now, isn't that good? So this alone makes Monday far more powerful than most people give it credit for. So many people talk about Monday with dread, frustration, or even fatigue. There is another way to see it. Monday can be viewed as a gift. It's a clean slate and a weekly invitation to begin again with greater clarity and purpose. I'm so glad to be here to share this with you. So let's continue. The truth is that life is rarely lived in perfect weeks. Some weeks are filled with progress and momentum. Others leave behind loose ends, mistakes, discouragement, and even mental clutter. Now, that is why Monday matters so much. It creates a natural pause between what was and what can still be. Instead of dragging yesterday's disappointments into today, and we're not thinking necessarily Sunday's disappointments, but probably last Friday's disappointments or even last week's, we can use Monday to reset our thinking, refocus our energy, and decide how we want to move forward. Now, when approached this way, Monday becomes less of a burden and more of a built-in opportunity for renewal. A fresh start does not happen by accident, so I'm glad you're here. It happens when we choose to respond to Monday intentionally. I love that word, intention. So that means that we do not let the mood of the world define the tone of our week. We do not let unfinished business from last week steal today's possibilities. We do not let pressure decide our priorities for us. Instead, we take ownership of our mindset, our energy, and our direction. And that is where our real momentum begins. So, letter A, reset our thinking. Before we can have a productive week, we need a healthy mindset. Many people start Monday already mentally defeated because they are still carrying the frustrations of last week. Let it go, sing the song. A fresh start begins in the mind. Resetting our thinking means we stop replaying what went wrong and begin focusing on what is possible now, right this very moment, right now. It means that we move from reaction into intention. Now, there are three practical ways that we can reset our thinking. Number one, review last week without reliving it. Very important. Just take a few minutes Monday morning to ask yourself what worked, what did not work, and what needs to change. Be honest, but don't be so harsh on yourself. The goal is to learn, not to relive every disappointment. So how do we implement this into our day? Set aside just 10 minutes first thing in the morning. Write down one win from last week, one lesson learned, and one thing that you'll do differently. Now, hopefully you were kind of doing that last week, so what you're doing is just rewriting that. Use that short reflection to clear mental clutter before jumping into task. Number two, we're going to replace the dread with purpose. If you begin Monday by telling yourself it will be exhausting, stressful, or miserable, your attitude will shape that experience. Resetting your thinking means replacing negative expectations with purposeful ones. How can we implement this into our day? Well, choose one sentence to say to ourselves on Monday morning, such as, "This is a new week, I can use it well." All right? Well, keep that sentence visible on your desk, in your planner, on your phone, and maybe even, I don't know, tape it on your mirror or something. When negative thoughts rise, return to that statement and let it reset your perspective. 3, Focus on what you can control. So we've talked about one, two, and this is three. A lot of Monday anxiety comes from thinking about everything else. Resetting our mind requires narrowing our focus, our attention to what is actually in control today. So, how can we implement this into our day? Well, make two quick lists. What you cannot control and what you can. And guess which one we're going to concentrate on. Stop giving emotional energy to the first list and put your effort into the second list by identifying your top three priorities of the day. That's probably the most important thing of this whole thing that we're talking about. Identify your top three priorities for your day and write them off. Do the first most important priority. Then, if you do that, move to the next one. If you can get that one done, then you move to the third priority. Okay, we've got those three. Wonderful. Now we move on to letter B, refocus our energy. Energy is one of the most important and most valuable resources, yet many people waste it on distractions, scattered priorities, and emotional overload. Monday is the perfect day to reclaim that energy and point it in the right direction. Refocusing your energy does not mean becoming hyper busy. No, it means becoming intentional about your time, your strength, and your attention go. Interesting. Intentional and attention go. Think of those and work on that. Three practical ways that we can refocus our energy. First of all, start with what matters most. Too many people begin Monday by reacting to text, emails, and interruptions, and before long, their energy is spent on everyone else's agenda. Refocusing our energy means giving our best attention to our highest value and work first. Now, mentioning emails, I like to look at those right away every day in the morning, but what I'll do is I'll delete the ones I don't need to do anything with, and then I may even forward some of the ones that are really important and I need to be able to respond to those, but I don't do it then. I do it later. I schedule it into my day. So again, don't let that rail you off somewhere else. How to implement this into your day? Well, identify the most important task that would make the biggest difference in your day. Work on it early before getting swallowed by your less important demands. Very good. And now, protect at least 30 to 60 minutes of focused time for that priority. Okay, write it down on your notebook, in your planner, whatever. Number two, cut down unnecessary noise. Oh, is that ever so important? And I mean the physical noise and the mental noise in your head, the voices, okay? Energy leaks happen through constant notifications, bing, 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 multitasking. And you know what? I am the master of multitasking. And I know when I watch a webinar and I know that they're not looking at me, they say, clear everything, don't do this, don't do that, and whatever. I will open my envelopes. And I am listening. I believe that I'm getting something from that webinar. I'm opening the envelopes. I'm not reading it, but I'm slitting that. And I might be deleting emails because I'm not really focused on the emails at that time. I'm doing things that are things that I can multitask. But you think about it. What you can do, you do, okay? So energy leaks happen through constant notifications and multitasking and mental clutter. And Monday is a great time to simplify your environment, and your attention can stay sharp that way. So how do we implement this into our day? Silence non-essential notifications for a block of time. Wouldn't it be great to have just 1 hour of uninterrupted quiet time? And I do. I start every day like that. Well, we could talk about that some other time, but it works for me. Clear our workspace so it feels fresh and manageable. Choose to finish one task before jumping to the next rather than scattering your effort. Number three, strengthen yourself physically and mentally. Now, in my case, I find that I think, exercise mentally, but I don't do it enough physically, and maybe I even need to do more mentally. Well, it's hard to refocus our energy if our body and our mind are running on fumes. A strong Monday often begins with simple habits that support alertness and emotional steadiness. How to implement this into our day? Well, we want to drink water early and eat something that supports steady energy. Take a short walk, stretch, or move our body before and during the workday. Build one small pause during the day to breathe, regroup, and reset our attention. Number three, decide how we want to move forward. A fresh start is not just about feeling better, it's about choosing direction. Monday gives us the opportunity to decide what kind of week we want to create. Instead of drifting into the week, we can move into it with clarity. Deciding how to move forward means identifying the attitude, priorities, and actions that will define the days ahead. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I hope you come back and you're with me as we talk about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week. And there are three practical ways to decide how we can move forward. One, set a theme for the week, and that's a lot of fun. You can do it on your own or with your team. And sometimes the week feels overwhelming because it has no clear direction, and giving our week a theme can simply simplify our focus and help guide our decisions, pardon me. And then how to implement this into your day? Well, choose one word or phrase for the week, such as clarity, finish strong, simplify, consistency, or follow through. Now, it's fun when I see these people online and they're big influencers and everything, and they have black t-shirts with white lettering. And I'm thinking, well, you could have a black t-shirt, maybe one for each day of the week or something, and choose one word or phrase like clarity. Can you imagine having the word clarity on your t-shirt? Anyway, write it where you can see it often. Maybe if you had it on your shirt, you have it backwards. So every time you look at yourself in the mirror, it's forward so you can read it. And other people really can't. And then they're asking you, hey, what does this mean? And all of this. And use that theme to help filter your choices and guide your responses. Choose progress over perfection. That's our number two here. And many people lose momentum because they feel they need the perfect plan before taking action. Monday is a better day when it becomes a launch point, not a pressure point. That's worth a rewind, if I can say it. Rewind. Monday is a better day when it becomes a launch point, not a pressure point. Woo, that's good stuff right there, if I do say so. So how do we implement it in our day? Well, pick one meaningful action that you can complete today instead of trying to solve everything at once. And then don't feel guilty after that because you've done this, you've set this and you made this work. Sometimes I do feel guilty because I'm thinking, well, there's more to do. I didn't do everything I wanted to do. But if we've done everything and we've prioritized it and we've done everything in order of priority, we can congratulate ourselves that we got that much done. Let small wins build momentum. And three, align your calendar with your priorities. It is one thing to say what matters. It is another to give it space in your schedule. Deciding how to move forward means making sure that your calendar reflects your values. And that's the thing for me. It doesn't get done if it doesn't get on the calendar. If it's on the calendar, it usually gets done. So how to implement this into your day? Look at your week and identify what truly deserves time and attention. I believe our calendar and our schedule is our best friend. We get more done, we have more freedom because we actually use a calendar. So we look at our week and identify what truly deserves our time and attention. Block time for your top priorities before the week gets crowded. Sometimes I look at 2-week blocks. And of course, we look at month blocks and 90-day blocks and 6 months blocks and that sort of thing. I'm talking about micro right now. We're talking about Monday as a prep for the week. So that's why we're looking at this in smaller blocks. Leave a little margin so that you can respond to surprises without losing your whole rhythm. That's so important. Be flexible and understand that you will have interruptions. Don't be annoyed by that because your customers could be an awesome interruption. And your family is an awesome interruption. I mean, we want to have those. Now, final thoughts. Before we take off, I just want you to know Monday does not have to be the day that we fear. It can become the day that we reclaim our focus. It can be the weekly doorway into a better mindset, a better use of energy, and a better path forward. Now, every Monday gives us a fresh chance to begin again, not because everything is suddenly easy, but because we still have the power to choose our response. And that is the beauty of a fresh start. We do not need a new year, a new month, or a perfect set of circumstances. We simply need the willingness to see Monday for what it really is, a clean slate and a new opportunity. And when we reset our thinking, refocus our energy, and decide how we want to move forward, Monday stops being something to survive and something of value. Now, in sales, if there's an objection, what you want to do is brag about it or get it out there. And I did mention about interruptions and happy interruptions. I don't know if you heard the purring of my cat Prosper while I was recording this. So she's right here. She is my business partner. And so I figure if she's going to be here, I'm going to let you see her. I think she's the best cat in the world. Let me see if we can get her. She can. Come on, where are you? You can't see her? Okay, let me move the microphone because she's all blurry right now. Okay, get over here. Oh, there you are. Okay. Well, that's Prosper. So anyway, this is Terry, America's #1 business resource consultant, and I'm saying, make it a great day. We'll talk again. We'll be back for Tuesday. That's tomorrow. Bye for now.